big, they're green, they're spells. It's Avatar's green spells. Allies at Last shows Katara and Zuko working together to take down some Fire Nation baddies. We got a 3-mana instant that has affinity for allies. Okay. Up to 2 target creatures you control each deal damage equal to their power to target creature opponent controls. That's great. Usually this is like the going rate is 3 mana for this ability. So getting it at instant speed for potentially 2 or 1 mana is really nice. Definitely a good bite spell. A dual bite spell. Avatar Destiny. Which Tony? Yes, Tony. This is a 4-mana enchantment. Enchant a creature you control, gets +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard. Those are the past avatars. And it turns it into an avatar. When the enchanted creature dies, you mill cards equal to its power and return this card to its owner's hand, and up to 1 creature card milled this way to the battlefield under your control. I feel like auras are generally too vulnerable and limited. But this is kind of cool. They're also way too vulnerable in most constructed decks. Even like aura-specific decks. I could see trying this in limited though. Especially if you're a green-black deck. So you have like dead creatures. It's like a take on Time Lord regeneration. Oh, I wouldn't know. I didn't remember most of the Doctor Who cards because they were very complicated and not in a draftable set. Badgermole. 5 mana, 4/4 when it enters Earthbend 2, so you get a 2/2 out of one of your lands. Creatures you control with +1/+1 counters on them have trample. Nice. It's not a bad rate. It's kind of like 6/6. Time Lord regeneration. Oh, it's like a blue thing. Neat. There are also riffs on Angelic Destiny. This is cool. Thanks, chat, for knowing things. Badgermole Cub. Just like Displacer Kittens and similar. The Badgermole Cub is a menace. This is a pretty good card. This is a 2-mana 2/2. When it enters you Earthbend 1. So you get a 1/1 out of your lands. Cool. Whenever you tap a creature, such as your land, which you've animated for mana, add an additional green. Dang, okay. It's a good baby. That's a good baby right there. Yeah, I think if you're trying to build an Earthbending deck, this will be like a staple piece. Llanowar Badger Baby. I mean, it costs 2. But it does increase mana from any mana dorks as well, which is nice. Normally you have to have a ley line out for that. Or like Kinnan. It's mythic rare, as it should be. Yeah, the babies are always stronger than their parents. The Boulder, ready to rumble. He does not win in the rumble. This is a 4-mana 4/4. When he attacks, you Earthbend X, where X is the number of creatures you control with power 4 or greater. Nice. And what else? Okay, cool. He just Earthbends. Sergeant Salt, thank you for the 5-month resub.
Hello, chat.
Bumi! Uncommon Bumi. 6 mana, 4/4. That's numbers. When he enters, choose up to X, where X is the number of lesson cards in your graveyard. What are these options? And you can't choose the same one multiple times because it doesn't say you can. Put 3 +1/+1 counters on Bumi. Okay, so make him a 7/7. Target player scries 3 or Earthbend 3. So if you do not have lessons in your deck, this card is not good. If you do have lessons, pretty nice. Could be a 7/7 that comes with a 3/3 and scries 3. Quail and Ale, thank you for the 16-month resub. Cycle of Renewal. Nice, sacrifice a land to get 2 more. Yep. Just roiling regrowth, I think, exactly, except it's a lesson. No, it's not a cultivate. It's sacrifice a land, search your library for up to 2 basic lands, put them onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. which it's really nice in landfall decks, this kind of ability. We have better versions of it than exist, but the fact that this is a lesson could be relevant for the future. I could see this being the kind of thing that people try to get. It's not Harrow, it's Roiling Regrowth. And you're wondering what's the difference? Lands come in tapped, and you don't sacrifice as part of the cost. What's this? Do we riot until Badgermole name is type gets recognized? I mean, it's Badgermole. It's a Badger, it's a mole. Name is type. We love name is type. But we've seen a lot of name is type. Many name is type. It helps for the creatures in this set because they're just two creatures smushed together. The Diligent Zookeeper. He had a sad, sad zoo inside of the city. So, Aang led a stampede of animals through the city out into the farmland and took over a farm to make it into a zoo. That's what he did. The animal in front of him looks goofy. Also, 4 mana, 4/4. Each non-human creature you control gets +1/+1 for each of its creature types to a maximum of 10. So, what was the white food? The one that was like the farm animals? Yeah, so like Lemur Bat Ally gets +3/+3. Gosh, what was it called? It had the various pig type animals on it. I'm trying to remember where it was in the set. Here we go. Curious farm animals. Boar, elk, bird, ox. So yeah, that's a way to buff the various creatures. Not humans. Yeah, the tokens are not humans. They're just like ally, soldier, spirit. How many creature types are changelings? Changelings are humans, so they get no buffs. There's like another aura that cares about that too. Gran becomes a 4/5. Is Gran not human? Chat, it only buffs non-humans. It's not making Gran into a 4/5. It's mostly buffing the creatures. What is chat on? Chat's on not reading. Gran is a deception. It does go okay with the Final Fantasy equipments because those make hero, like, wizards or hero clerics. The Earth King, who comes with a bear. Just a bear. 4 mana, 2/2, comes with a 4/4 token. Whenever one or more creatures you control with power 4 or greater attacks, you search your library for up to that many basic lands, put them into the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. That seems like a great way to ramp. I like that it's kind of self-enabling. This is definitely like fast enough for limited. It's also like 6 power for 4 mana, which that's good. That's good. You could airbend the Earth King. The bear is not legendary. Bosco the bear, I think, has a separate card, at least in Jumpstart. But this one, not legendary. Or is Bosco a different beast? No, Bosco's the bear. Yeah, we have enough flavor text. Earth Kingdom General. I revealed that card. 4 mana, 2/2. When it enters, Earthbend 2. Whenever you put one or more +1/+1 counters on a creature, you can gain that much life. Do it only once a turn. Very cool if you have like a Mossborn Hydra and you want to gain 100 life. Or something else. I don't know. It seems fine for limited. I think Earthbending in general is strong. Earth Rumble with the champion! Earthbend 2. When you do, up to one target creature you control fights target creature an opponent controls. a very expensive fight. I don't know how I feel about that. This was the jerk who forced Aang into the Avatar state? Yes. He is a jerk. Blind Bandit Supremacy. She gets that title belt. Mm-hmm. Earthbender Ascension. Oh, I haven't seen this card yet, so this is part of the Ascension cycle. The other ones all cost 2. This one costs 3. 3 mana enchantment. When this enters, Earthbend 2. Then search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield tapped, and shuffle. Okay, so it's a 3 mana ramp that also animates a land. Landfall, and it would trigger itself. Whenever land you control enters, put a quest counter on this enchantment. When you do, if it has 4 or more quest counters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, gains trample until end of turn. Oh, interesting. So this turns into a like Risey Shoe Puff, Bristly Bill kind of effect. Not bad. Definitely very good for limited because it's essentially 3 mana, make a 2/2/ramp. I like that. You don't know how to value Earthbend? Earthbend's tricky. It gives you a creature that has, like, the protection of if it dies, it just goes back to being a land and it triggers landfall. But oftentimes you won't want to attack with them because it's your mana and you want to use it. It's good with the Roiling Regrowth type spell. Yes, it is. Cycle of Renewal. If it dies or is exiled. Earthbending is if the land would die or is exiled, it returns. So, like, if you airbend a land, it temporarily leaves, but then it just comes right back as a land. It just won't be a creature anymore. Earthbending lesson. Earthbend 4. That's it. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably skip that. Could you Earthbend the same land repeatedly? Yeah, you can target a land you have already Earthbent to put more counters on it. This was confusing Commander players? Why? What does it say? It's a 1 mana 0/2. It gets +1/+0 for each color among allies you control. Okay, so it starts as a 1/2 because it doesn't say other. 7 mana activated ability to Earthbend 5. Okay, I mean, it's cool in an ally deck if you wanted to make like an ally type deck. Notably, you can only put this in a 5-color commander deck, so it's got to be like the 5-color Tawzri or something. Why is his arm so short? I don't know, perspective. I ain't no artist. It does look janky, though. It's so short because it's foreshortening. Yeah, for real. Elemental Teachings. Are those the symbols for the 4 nations? I think so. 5 mana instant lesson. Search for up to 4 lands. Your opponent chooses 2 to put in your graveyard, and the other 2 go into the battlefield tap. They have to have different names. I don't think this is good and limited, because you probably don't really want, like, it's 5 mana to ramp 2. And, like, unless you have graveyard land stuff, which I haven't seen yet in the set, it's not as good. If this cost 4 mana, I'd like it a lot more. It is an instant, which is cute. Somebody posted a lost version of this in Discord. Oh, great. Flopsy, Bumi's buddy. This is a 6 mana 4/4. When it enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Terrifying. This is Bumi's pet. Each creature you control with a power 4 or greater can't be blocked by 1 or more creature. Nice. I like that it buffs itself. How do I feel about it? I could airbend this goat, ape, bunny thing. Seems nice enough. Yeah, the +1/+1 each. It's also just like fine as a big thing that buffs things. It's very expensive though. That not good enough for like outside of limited, but still cool. Foggy Swamp Vinebender. Human plant ally. It's a 4-mana 4/3, can't be blocked by creatures of power 2 or less. You waterbend 5 to put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. You can only do it during your turn though. So you can grow this, which is nice. But the fact that it's only during your turn, I think takes away a lot of the like waterbend value. Good with firebending. Is that Groot in a costume? No, it's one of the swamp benders that has bent the like vines around themselves. Great Divide Guide. This is actually, I think, a very, very good card in the set. Each land and ally you control has tap, add 1 mana of any color. That's great fixing. All your lands now tap for mana of any color. This card taps for mana of any color. Your other allies, if you're an ally deck or you're just playing limited where a lot of the cards are allies. Ally. Tap mana of any color. I think that's a really good, just 2-drop that ramps. Haru, Hidden Talent. Make rocks rock and roll. We got... Oh, the little turtle ducks are floating too. 2 mana, 1/1. Whenever another ally you control enters, Earthbend 1. So on its own, not really doing much, but you could stack a lot of counters on a land using this. You missed that this is and allies you control? Yeah, it's pretty nice. I kind of wish this triggered itself when it entered. Put them in a land destruction deck. There's actually some, like, I think weird combos you can do with this. Invasion tactics. Yeah, because if you have, like, Sacrifice Outlet, something that landfalls and makes an ally, which I don't know if there's any in this set, but there's ways to do it with, like, Maskwood Nexus. You could, like, Earthbend, animate the land, have it leave, have it come back, keep making ally, 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 ally. We have to encourage Haru. No, that gets him jailed. Their faces are fun in this. 5 mana enchantment. When this enchantment enters, creature you control, get +2/+2 until end of turn. Whenever one or more allies you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Huh. I wish it weren't one or more, but I get it. So this is like a pseudo overrun potential card draw. I think it's okay in limited. It's the sort of thing that's like, the wider you are, the better it gets. So maybe green-white. Kyoshi Island Plaza. 4 mana shrine. So this is the green shrine. When it enters, search your library for up to X basic lands, or X is the number of shrines you control. Whenever another shrine enters, same thing. Get a basic land. Enters the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. So far, I'm not feeling the shrines. I will force it at least once when drafting this set. But cool. And now it is a really sad card. This is the song Iroh sings when he's mourning his son who died in the war. That's a 2-mana saga. Mill 3 cards, create a food token, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures you control, and then draw a card if there's a creature or lesson in your graveyard. Not super powerful, but, you know, doesn't need to be. It does a bunch of different stuff. You can put it in your Iroh theme deck to make yourself sad. If you have like graveyard stuff, it might even be better. You're glad it has a card, yeah. I think there's actually a second card referencing this. I think maybe in Jumpstart. I remember seeing it. Legend of Kyoshi, many people's favorite avatar. because she does war crimes. She's very much the epitome of be gay, do crime. The Legend of Kyoshi, 6 mana, draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. Then Earthbend X, where X is the number of cards in your hand. That land becomes an island in addition to its other types. And then Avatar Kyoshi is a 5/4. Lands you control have trample and hexproof. You can also tap to add X mana of any one color, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. I don't think this is a crazy strong card, but it's also not bad. If you have big things, it's a lot of card draw. It makes you a big creature, and then, you know, you get Kyoshi. It's not like busted in half, though. You know what? I think that Kyoshi could have fixed Azula, by which I mean redirected Azula's violent tendencies to be used for good. She would not have stopped the violent tendencies, just would have made them more productive. Also, big lady, yes. Azula, these people deserve to die. You should kill these people. Is this mono green or Simic? It says the word island. It does not have a blue pip on it. So it is a mono green card. Origin of Metalbending. You put a Toph in a box, she breaks out of the box. 2 mana instant lesson. You either destroy an artifact or enchantment, helpful to have, or put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature you control, and it gets indestructible until end of turn. These are both good effects. I like this card a lot for limited. Being able to destroy an artifact or enchantment at instant speed, that's naturalized, oftentimes decent enough and limited. But then the fact that it's also this combat trick, indestructible. It stops a lot of kill spells. There's an exile spell, won't stop that. And it makes the card permanently bigger. Kind of nice. Ostrich-Horse. It's a chicken horse. Ah! Sorry, I smacked the microphone. My car fell off the table. And my frog fell off the mic. I need to stop playing with things while I'm streaming. I have a little toy car that I got on Halloween. I didn't go out on Halloween except to like walk to I walked to a pharmacy to pick up like chapstick, and there were 2 women dressed as Winnie the Pooh and Piglet who were smoking on a corner, and they're like, "Hey, wait," and they just handed me this, and I was like, "Oh, thank you." It's like, yeah, enjoy. Thank you, Winnie and Piglet. Really appreciate the toy car. It's a Porsche 911 Turbo. According to the bottom. There we go. Ostrich-Horse, 3 mana, 3/1. When this creature enters, mill 3 cards. You can put a land from among them into your hand. If you don't, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Not bad. I like the ones that are like, it's land card advantage. Also, if you have any graveyard related stuff, this helps fill up the graveyard to get more like lessons in the graveyard. If you whiff, it's a 4/2, which not terrible. Yeah, it's a Chocobo. Is it a Hot Wheel? No, this is I believe a Matchbox. Yeah, it's a Matchbox car. Which it also says it's 1/58 scale. It's a Chocobo. And look, it even has a land-related ability like a Chocobo does. Pillar Launch! Gosh, she's so cool. She hated flying, but launching is a trajectory under her control. Yeah, she can't see in the air. 1 mana, instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 until... Oh, and reach until end of turn, you untap it. Could be a nice trick. There's also a similar one that gives flying and white. The land is a May, so you can choose not to pump it. Always be pumping. Raucous Audience. They love violence. I mean, it's wrestling. I love that the show has, like, built-in entertainment combat. And Korra does, too. This is a good part of their world history. Human Citizen, it's a 2 mana 2/1 that taps for green, or if you have a creature power 4 or greater, tap for double green. This does kind of look like the meme of the 4 guys on the bench. One second. Meme, 4 guys yelling at TV. The E3 meme spotlight reaction guys. They're not in these poses. One of them kind of is, though. Found a Reddit image with the context. No, it's not quite it. Still pretty good. You think the Boulder's gonna win back the belt at Earth Rumble 6? And I think you're a decent mana dork. I feel like I like ramp a lot. This is ramp. You could build a wrestling-themed casual standard deck. You could even put Bonesaw, who is not called Bonesaw because of the Raimi rights for Spider-Man being separate. But you could put Bonesaw in. Am I building any commander decks from this set? I'm planning on building Azula in paper. I opened an alt art one, which... This is the Demir Azula, Crime Azula. Rebellious Captives. 2 mana, 2/2, exhaust of 6 to put 2 +1/+1 counters on this creature, and then Earthbend 2. So it can become a 4/4 later and animate one of your lands. I don't think that's bad. I think that's kind of nice. Nice. Rockalanche. 3 mana, sorcery, lesson. Earthbending, X, where X is the number of forests you control. Each color has at least one spell that's based on the number of that land type, which is unusual because it very much encourages like building heavily into one color. Yeah, this is a bear with an upside. I like that it has the flashback. But I only really like this if I'm mostly in green. At least in green, there's a lot of ways to get more forests. But I'm not huge on it otherwise. If it was equal to the number of lands you control, I would be like, hell yeah. And remember, you can't always just, like, put the counters onto an already animated land. Rocky Rebuke. 2 mana instant. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. Okay, so it's a bite. Instant speed bite. Tend to be pretty good and limited. Just Yavimaya. But that's not in the set, is it? Is it on the bonus sheet? Saber-tooth Moose-Lion. It's a elk cat. And its baby is very cute, and Sokka should be allowed to eat it. 6 mana, 7/7, reach and forest cycling. Oh, speaking to my heart here. How come you don't gain life when you enter? Foo-foo cuddly poops. The baby should have been a card, and yeah, I call it emergency rations. Call it emergency rations. A delicious snack for a boy stuck in a hole. They should have given this card Offspring. That would have been great. It's just a big blocker. It has reach. I like it. I'm a fan of big green thing. Wow, you're cute. Unfortunately, you're made of meat. Real. Seismic Sense. Using Earthbending to see. 1 mana, lesson. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of lands you control. You may reveal a land or creature from among them, put it into your hand. I'm not that big on this type of card, but it's cool. Yeah, I would skip it. It does help you filter through cards, though. I'm just like, I'm not a smart gamer like that. You can't kill Foo-Foo Cuddly Poops. No, because it's not on a card. You can kill its mom. Shared Roots is a sorcery speed lesson. Search your library for a basic land, fill into the battlefield, tap, and shuffle. As a lesson? Oh, that's sweet. Dude, it's Rampant Growth Plus. Yeah, because it's a lesson. Hey, are you looking for ramp in your limited deck? Maybe even your constructed deck? Shared Roots. I'm gonna put this in some commander decks too. Because, like, I don't own that many copies of, like, 3 visits and stuff. Let's go. Sure. Yeah, love that. I love just a 2-mana ramping. That's good. You think this is going to be the most played card from the set over time? I mean, it's already, like, this is a card that I play Rampant Growth, which is the same exact card, except not a lesson. I play that in many, many green decks, whether it's for landfall, just general ramp. It's a really helpful just 2-mana card. And you should, especially if you're looking for, like, good budget options, you should put cards like that in your deck. Yeah, nice. And it will be standard legal. What's special about lessons? There's a couple cards that care about lessons being in your graveyard or lessons that you cast. But I'm pretty sure come April 2026, yeah, that's the year, April 2026, we are going to be getting Learn, which allows you to tutor from them for your sideboard. Yay! Learn and lessons. Drawing dummy. I am Melon Lord. Mwahahaha. Tough Melon Lord. 2 mana, 1/3 defender. Mill a card. You can put a land card milled this way into your hand. Gain 2 life if a lesson card is milled this way. That's a cute self-mill engine. Can get you more lands. Yeah, we have cards like Fenrir and World Wagon in standard right now, but Rampant Growth is still really nice at 2 mana. If you don't get the Land or Elf on turn 1 and skip immediately to 3, you're sad Melon Lord's not a legendary creature. At least the flavor text references the proper name, Toph Melon Lord. Also, aw, look at Momo in the background. He's watching. Toph the Blind Bandit. 3 mana, star 3. When she enters, you Earthbend 2, and her power is equal to the number of +1/+1 counters on lands you control. Ooh, she could get pretty chunky in limited. I don't think that's, like, crazy, but I do think that's, like, a fun rate. The more you Earthbend, the stronger she gets. 3-color Toph can Earthbend a dummy, because it's an artifact. True Ancestry. Gotta learn about how one of your grandpas wanted to do a big genocide, and the other one was like a kind of cool guy. 2 mana lesson, return up to 1 target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand and make a clue. Not bad. I feel like that's just the going rate in limited. Oftentimes, bring a permanent from your graveyard to your hand, and also you get a clue out of it, which is sweet. The clue's a bonus. Turtle Duck! Aww. Our little turtle duck. He's a 1 mana 0/4. Until end of turn, this creature gets base power 400 and trample. What? Okay, I'm sorry. Why is the turtle duck able to become a 4/4 with trample? Name is not type. It is very close to type, though. Bader does enjoy Turtle Duck. It is a 1 mana 0/4. Yeah, until end of turn, this creature has base power 4 and gains trample. It becomes a 4/4. Because it's a snapping turtle duck. Because it'll bite you if you're messing with the babies. I think this is fine for limited. That's like a nice enough threat that if you have open mana, your opponent might not want to attack into it. You want this full art? Hold up. I am actually going to check something in one of my folders right now. I think I may... Can I open this here? So I was actually given this image file I don't know if it's available online anywhere, but I was given this image file as part of a project I was working on. So that's the here, let me full screen. That is the full HD artwork for the turtle ducks. Isn't it nice that is your phone background? If anybody would like that image, I will post it in Discord. And if somebody at Wizards of the Coast gets mad at me for doing that, maybe they shouldn't have printed such cute art. Okay? Maybe they shouldn't have printed such cute art. I'll put it under MTG spoilers. There we go. Hopefully it sends. There we go. Nice. Always be Lolan. Congrats on making your memes more in dreams, redeeming 69,420 apple cores and earning my respect. Yeah, I've shared the file in case somebody wants it. Hopefully they post it somewhere else too, where the artist does. Sylvain Sarale. It's the mama that comes swinging. Yeah. I mean, it's, Zuko's, like, messing with the ducks, and then the mama starts, like biting after him, and then his mom has to teach him a lesson. It's cute. Oh, you want the Discord link? 1 second. For anybody not already in there. Unlucky Cabbage Merchant. When this creature enters, create a food token. Whenever you sacrifice a food, you may search your library for a basic land card and put it onto the battlefield tapped. If you search your library this way, put this creature on the bottom of its owner's library, then shuffle. I think this is very funny because it's like, you bring this out. You can either eat the food or sacrifice the food through other means. Black has a bunch of ways to sacrifice an artifact. You can ramp, and then the unlucky Cabbage Merchant goes to the next location, and you will see him later. Notably, you put the creature on the bottom and then you shuffle. It's not shuffle then put on the bottom. So he gets shuffled in randomly. It's dark packs. Yeah, it's dark packs. Could you sacrifice multiple food to stack the trigger? I think yes. Based on the way it's phrased, I think you can. Yep. If you had like 5 foods and just like any sacrificed artifact thing, you could sacrifice all of them, get the lands, and then it would shuffle in. Yeah, it's not like a weird trigger that needs it to be like 1 at a time. Walltop Sentries. 3 mana, 2/3, reach, death touch. When this creature dies, if there's a less in your graveyard, gain 2 life. Pretty simple, but can trade into things because it's got reach and death touch. And now we've got multicolored. And there's a lot of multicolored cards in this set. A lot of them are the gang. So we're going to go through all of those after another break.